Sure.
Hello, everyone. So Vikas from Block Labs has joined us. He's a very good friend of mine, and I have been seeing his growth journey for the past 4 years now in the blockchain industry, and I'm very excited to see what he has to say. Please go ahead, Vikas. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Anupam. Thanks a lot. Uh, uh, and first of all, I really want to give three cheers to the team. I think these guys have done a Herculean job, and they have pulled it off really, really well. I'm sticking to the screen, and I'm attending all of it, man. Uh, okay, guys, thank you, and let's jump right in. So, guys, today I'm gonna talk about the gig economy and the blockchain, and why I see that this thing is gonna help us mentally align to the things that is about to come in front of us in much more larger ways than we could ever imagine. Uh, the situation is this, that we are much more into the we have passed the stage of desperate time. We are now into the unprecedented times, and we now no more can take actually just desperate measures. We have to take those measures which are unprecedented as well. We have to flex our muscle, flex our brain to be ready for the things which was not available to us before, and now we have to be really creative and come to these kind of find these solution which we can leverage to make sure that we survive these times and we thrive in these times. uh, I really want to get your attention towards the future of work, because I really want to tell you guys that from some time, the way, if you can see the graph, we can see more and more people joining more the nature of work is getting basically decentralized. So you will see more people actually joining the workforce which are remote in nature, and a lot of new startups also came with just one core features, that they want to give you the work full time but still remote, so you can always do it from your the comfort of your home. And you can, for not everybody, I don't consider that everybody would understand this gig economy. So consider this as a flexible and distributed, open, often self-employed model of working. Nobody is actually gonna do micromanaging on you, and people will be just focusing on the success based out of your work. And that's where this gig economy came up, and it has been shaping up from quite some time. But because of this unprecedented time, these things are taking going to take much more at a very higher speed. It is going to take up uh, it's going to take up the whole world by storm. So we have to be very, very sure that we should fall on the right hand side of this gig economy, and we should not think that things will be going back to normal very, very soon. And what is this gig work? Gig work are these small freelance projects. I really want to take a quick poll. How many people do actually think that we are already entering into one, or we have already entered into one? Can you guys just say yes and no quickly? I would wait 5-10 seconds, then otherwise we will move. I can see no responses. Okay. So as far as I believe that we are almost entering into one, and being entering into one, then we are almost entering into a lipstick effect. And what is this lipstick effect? In economy, there is a proven theory that whenever there has been a moment of crisis, we have always seen that people have started buying something called cheap luxury goods in a very, very huge amount. And the way it has been named as lipstick effect, because they have seen the volume of lipstick going crazy. And now, for any reason whatsoever, you guys can think why it was just lipstick, and why it was not something else. But there have been other commodities as well, which we saw humongous rise in that, but they all fall into the cheap, cost less costly luxury goods. And how this will actually make place into the gig economy, because people would love to work with the efficient and the lesser, you can say, less costly luxury people. That which means the people who are really good, They can just stick to one project, and they can actually come up with a real good output in a very short amount of time. Hence the color is pink here. And you must be talking about like smart chip, how does it fits into the human cloud. uh, because blockchain is not just going to give you just the way that you can actually get your money quickly. uh, it is also going to impose an identity upon you, and over this you can always build your reputation once you continue to work with the same identity over the period of time. You are free to choose, and you're free to create as many identities as you can. But having a fragmented identity in the gig economy might hamper you, though it will help you a lot into not letting the next employer know what was the last amount. But eventually, for the sake of the reputation, accumulated reputation, you would want that. And this can only affect, or this can only become a game when and until the network effect becomes a thing. Until unless this network effect takes some shape, because of this unprecedented times, I am seeing particularly the layoffs on a very higher scale. We all see the USA's numbers of unemployment being registered. I can see that network effect is taking place. A lot of people will eventually join this gig economy cloud, and people who are actually they can actually survive on the basis of their skill. They will eventually find this place, and they will slowly and gradually will percolate. They will start forming a small teams which can actually come up and bid for the projects. And when these two things meet, we will have eventually a couple of benefits. Every team will be able to provide faster verification about themselves, and once the things are present on the blockchain, then machine to machine communication becomes very easy. Even your identity can be verified in a jiffy. You do not need to present anything physical. Everything can become seamless. You just have to sign a message by your private key, and everything can be verified on the blockchain or verified via blockchain. Few more components which I see for a very for the small gigsters. I can see the lending part will also emerge as a business, and which can be actually provided to these people. Or we can also come up with a solution where a small amount of this money which we are paying, or the solution by which they are taking money, small money can go into DeFi solutions. We have already seen what is DeFi solution. People have already talked at length. That's pretty much what it is. I'm pretty reachable on these things. I just included this graphs to tell you that earlier there was opportunities, but here we are in the eye of the storm, and we can actually make this thing as a springboard and can make real opportunities. uh, Thank you, guys.
Hi, Vikas. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you so much. Just a few questions regarding the blockchain and the like. This entire thing is based on the future of blockchain and how you look at it. So I would like to ask you just one simple question: how do you see cases of blockchain in the coming future, say 2 to 3 years, apart from the financial ecosystem, which where Bitcoin and all the currencies are thriving?
Yeah, so I see like supply chain management, and you asked for the blockchain's application other than the
Yes.
financial instruments, right?
Yeah.
So I guess supply chain is going to be the most important thing, because you can take an example of the PPE in the recent time. Like Spain have thrown back the consignment to China because of the things that they were shipped were not working well. So these kind of things are now much more pressing. That how do we ensure the provenance onto the onto the chain, so that we can eventually find that the source of the things are actually I can always trace back to the original thing. So I see not just supply chain, and maybe by this forum I can say contactless supply chain. Maybe we have to find a way that we do not, even on the conveyor belt, everything is actually without human, everything is being done. So maybe supply chain is going to take a lot more. I think it will become more obvious solution in the coming time.
Yeah. Yes. And of course the governance bit that you were talking about, right?
Oh yeah. So I think governance, I think, will play eventually a very critical role. I think the way I think just Amin was answering this question which I asked to him, like how does from his angle is a problem. So he mentioned very clearly that if the verifier have a small subset, will
Yeah.
eventually will fall into the collusion side of it. People might collude after that if once the set is small. So I think even in the decentralized world, the governance will have to be played. You can always do the collective intelligence kind of stuff, what Augur does. You can say intelligence of the common. So you can still find a way that how you can get into the collective intelligence of the group, and you can always crowdsource the decision. So there are ways, there are protocols now. We can always lunge on top of them and find the answers to these kind of pressing problems. Governance is becoming a little bit much more. They are finding their way now.
Yeah.
Decentralized governance is finding their way now.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, Vikas. Thank you for taking
Sure,
our time. Yeah, I'll see you backstage.
sure, man.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.